in his coach's morning session at West Palm, and he got about 8 straight questions about Kirk Cousins. And finally, he was asked about his starter, Michael Penix, and his eyes kind of lit up. He said, "I can't wait to talk to Michael Penix about his development plan." He said, "We plan to get 4 quarterbacks in his ear, working with him, keeping Matt Ryan to get him through the process of what it's like going through a whole offseason as a starter." He said, "I want to know what his own routine is." Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your dog, Tyler, checking in with a video. Hey, Matt Ryan to mentor Michael Penix in some capacity this upcoming season. So we're going to talk about that real quickly. That's something that we have not really had the opportunity to discuss here on the channel. So I want to take a little bit of time to talk about that and also discuss that with you. That was Cameron Wolf, who was repeating something that Raheem Morris told him, that Matt Ryan will be coming in to work with Michael Penix, to mentor Michael Penix. And I would assume that'll probably start this off season. So wanted to talk about that, and get some feedback on that. I'll start off and say this. I think it's a excellent idea for Matt Ryan to come in and mentor Michael Penix in whatever capacity that's going to happen. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a excellent idea. Matt Ryan, a 14-year starter in the NFL. He started day one-time league MVP, one-time first team All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, which I think technically would have been 5, but I think he decided not to go 1 year due to him trying to recover from an injury. Feel free to fact check me on that one. 2-time starter, NFC Championship game, and as we know, 1-time starter in the Super Bowl, which we won't discuss. But my point in reading off his resume to you is it's extremely difficult to get that type of pedigree, that type of resume to come in and help mentor your young quarterback. This is going to be Michael Penix's first year as a full-time starter for the Atlanta Falcons. So again, I think it's an excellent idea. I think it's an excellent idea. And before we dig more into this, I want to play some video for you. And before we start the video, I want to kind of give you the backstory on it. This is former Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley that's on our screen right now. This is when he played with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So not very long ago. He's currently with the Tennessee Titans at this present time. But previously, he was with the Jaguars. Now, I want you guys to listen and pay attention to what he says about Matt Ryan. And keep in mind, these reporters did not ask him anything at all about Matt Ryan. This is the most random thing they probably heard all week. And it was unsolicited. But please hear Calvin Ridley out here.
How quickly have you seen maybe that relationship develop with Trevor?
Yeah, I was going to shout out Matt Ryan. Just man, the time I had with him and just how professional he was and how he taught me and brought me, it just helps me in my older life right now, in my older career.
He takes times out. He took time out to shout out Matt Ryan, and he said Matt Ryan brought him and taught him how to be a pro. He obviously looked up to how professional Matt Ryan was. So again, this is random. This is a guy with a whole nother a whole different team in a whole different city. But that was on his heart to say that. That was on his heart to say that. Also, there's another clip I would like you to take a listen to and look at here with me.
This is going to be also another former Atlanta Falcons wide receiver by the name of Julio Jones. You may have heard of him before, but Julio just recently retired. He had his retirement speech. We talked about that a little bit on the channel. Julio, I think he called out a handful of NFL players specifically by name who made some type of impact on him. And let's take a listen.
Well, Matt Ryan, thank you. It was a lockout in 2011. You went as far as taking me to your home, showing me the playbook, going to fields, going over plays. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
That's Julio Jones. Taking time to talk about Matt Ryan and the impact that he had on him when they were teammates. He mentioned that during the lockout year of 2011, Matt Ryan brought him into his home, introduced him to the playbook, helped him learn the playbook, study the playbook. Also took him around, around town to different fields to work out with each other. There's something in common with Calvin and what Julio is saying. There's something in common. What they're describing to you, that's mentorship. That's mentorship. That's a component of mentorship. The older, more experienced guy on the team taking a younger guy under his wing, showing them the ropes. That's mentorship. One thing about positive mentorship or positive mentors is you carry that with you for a lifetime. You might go to different teams. You might go to different jobs. You might go to different cities. You might even go to a different country. But positive mentors, positive mentorships that have made a positive impact on you, you carry that with you for a lifetime. And that's some of what Julio was just describing. That's some of what Calvin Ridley was just describing. Like, hey, Matt, you were a damn good mentor for me, man. You were a damn good big brother when I was a little puppy, right after the draft, coming into this brand new city. You took me under your wing. You showed me. You taught me. You brought me. You were the ultimate professional. And hey, I appreciate that, man. That's what Calvin is saying. That's what Julio is saying. Julio Jones will eventually be in the Hall of Fame. His resume, his accolades speak for themselves. Calvin Ridley still playing today, a damn good wide receiver. So this is just some chop suey we're discussing and we're talking about right here. There's another video that I would like you to look at here with me, but before we actually get out of here. This is this is actually a current Atlanta Falcons quarterback and a past Atlanta Falcons quarterback. And let's listen to this brief dialogue between the two of them. Let's listen to it and see what we pick up here from it. This is Michael Penix Jr. and Michael Vick, by the way.
You be golfing? You be in Atlanta? No. Well, you got a team now, so it'll be hard.
You know what? Let's listen to that again. Michael Penix, hey, you be golfing? Hey, you be in Atlanta? Let's listen to that one more time.
You be golfing? You be in Atlanta? No. Well, you got a team now, so it'll be hard.
I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on right there in that clip. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on right there. That's the young pup, the young puppy, Michael Penix Jr. He's looking for a big brother. These are probing questions. He's looking for that big brother figure. Hey, you be golfing? Do you be in Atlanta? Those are not random questions. I can't speak for Penix, of course, but I'm quite sure in the back of his mind, he wants Vic to say, yeah, I do be golfing. Yeah, I do be in Atlanta. Hey, man, you want to golf sometime? Let's exchange numbers. Michael Penix is looking for that big brother figure in terms of quarterback hierarchy. And I'm not saying that he's looking for somebody to show, to like show him the right path to walk through life. Nothing like that. He has a father. He has a father. But what I'm saying is he's looking for that quarterback that he can lean on from time to time, that he can go golfing with and pick their brains. He was looking for that from Michael Vick, but it hit him when he asked about, do you be in Atlanta? Dang, he got a team now, so he won't be here around, and he's gonna be super busy. So, that's where Matt Ryan comes in, man. Matt Ryan still lives in the Atlanta area. Matt Ryan, he's a golfer. He could come in and fill that role that Michael Penix seemingly needs and seemingly wants. Matt Ryan can come in and play that big brother quarterback role. We already, went over the Julio film, what he said, and we already went over the Calvin Ridley film, what he said. But mentorship, there's a lot of things that go into that. Matt Ryan was never the fastest guy. He was never the best athlete, even in his young days. He never had the strongest or the biggest arm. At best, when he was in his prime, at best, in terms of arm strength, at best he had an average arm strength-wise. But one thing Matt Ryan did have that he lacked in athleticism, he had a very high football IQ. Very high football IQ. Spent a lot of time in the film room. That high football IQ, he can pass some of that knowledge to the young pup, Michael Penix Jr. He can pass some of that knowledge down to Michael Penix Jr. In terms of just raw athleticism, raw talent, Michael Penix is superior. He has a bigger arm, a stronger arm. He's a better athlete. He's faster. He's probably stronger. But that mental component of the game, Matt Ryan can be there for him to be a big brother, to answer those questions that only an accomplished quarterback can answer. That's where Matt comes in. Also, Matt Ryan and Michael Penix, they have a few things in common. They both started for the Atlanta Falcons as rookies. Now, granted, Matt Ryan started day 1. Michael Penix started like day 20. But they both still started. They both came to the team with women in their life, with girlfriends in their life. Really fiancés in their life. And Michael Penix just recently proposed to his girlfriend. Matt Ryan had the same kind of career situation when he came to the Falcons. So that's something else that he can reach out to Matt Ryan, hey, for advice, for suggestions. Amongst other things, this isn't even necessarily football related, but that's what mentors are there for. That's what your big brothers are there for. That's what they're there for. Also, like Calvin Ridley said, teach him how to be a pro. That's so undervalued and understated in the NFL. But it's very critical. Teach him how to be a pro. What better player than Matt Ryan can teach him how to be a pro? You heard Calvin Ridley, it's stuck with him still. Teach him how to get his mind, his body, his spirit prepared for this journey as an NFL quarterback. Matt Ryan only missed 3 starts in his entire NFL career. This guy played 14, 15 years. He started 95, 97% of the time of his NFL career. So I think he knows a thing or two about preparing your body for this grueling NFL season. I think he could pass some knowledge to Mr. Penix about that. I think he knows a thing or two about that. So that's all part of being a mentor, being the big brother to the little brother. Those random texts at 1 a.m. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt, you mind? Hey, Matt, are you asleep? Hey, Matt, Kyle is upset he ain't getting the targets he want. Hey, Matt, Darnell Mooney is upset he ain't getting the targets he want. Hey, man, Drake is upset he ain't got the same targets the last 2 games. What's the best way to deal with that? I can promise you Matt dealt with it. All quarterbacks deal with it. So in closing, because I didn't want this video to be this long, and it's almost 20 minutes now. So let me go ahead and wrap it up. This is an excellent opportunity for Michael Penix to have a guy like Matt Ryan as his mentor. And whatever your opinion on Matt Ryan is when he played for the Falcons, you're entitled to that opinion. But one thing is unquestioned. When he was here, he was the ultimate pro. He kept his nose completely and totally clean. And he represented this franchise in this city extremely well. And that's what all these teams look for in their quarterback. And those are also some things that big bro can pass on to little bro. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. I will see y'all the next time I see y'all.